So we are going to be looking at a scenario where civilization starts over. We are on episode 25, and we are on the Great Asian War. If you guys enjoy these episodes, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. In the last episode, we saw Vietnam invade into China because China destroyed their trade route, and that started the Great Asian War. But China had no troops here. They just had construction workers destroying the trade route because, they didn't think that Vietnam would start a war over this. They more thought that Vietnam would just, sit still and not do anything. China is finding out that Vietnam is actually way stronger, as they completely invade into this country, which is a very weak country, and it's, being supported by China, which is very sad to think of. North Korea had troops on the South Korean border, more troops, at least, and they're going to be able to start an invasion into South Korea. India is going to begin invading into these two very weaker Indian countries. I don't know what to call them. It's the gold team and, the yellow team. They're going to get pushed around a lot, and these guys don't really have a chance against India at all, as they fall back greatly. We see Bangladesh begin a small invasion into Vietnam. They're not gonna get super far, but it's gonna make a difference. And if you can't tell, the trapezoids weren't ready for this war. They didn't think that China destroying a trade route would start the war, but it has, and now they have no troops stationed on the borders, and the Great Country is about to start invading into the countries that have no stuff on their borders. We see them make a pretty big invasion into China. China kind of forgot these guys existed, so they didn't bother to put stuff on the border. They put a little bit, but it's not enough to fully keep back the military of the Grey Country. We also see them make an invasion into the very weak blue Chinese country. It is not they're just going to get demolished by this Grey Country and Vietnam, and soon enough it might fall. It might collapse. We see the Grey Country invade into Bangladesh and get pretty far because Bangladesh also kind of forgot they existed. So, when I put up the poll the other day about which country do you think would win, it was mostly the Pentagons, but there are some people who said the Star Alliance, but I think you guys might have gotten confused about that. Sorry for not classifying this better. But this is the Star Alliance, and this is the Asian 3-Point Alliance. The Asian 3-Point Alliance only has one member. However, the Star Alliance is in Europe, and their colonial power. This one, I don't think it could colonialize. It's too weak. It's like a top 30 power. It's stronger than most of its neighbors, but it's not strong enough to go and colonize. So, just know that this is the 3-Point Alliance. This guy is going to show off and hopefully get some, people in its alliance by invading into the Gold Country, and the Gold Country has been weakened, and they're also not as strong as this green. Tell me what I should name this country in the comments, because I have no idea. This Golden Country is going to, completely fall over to the hands of this country. And now this Green Country is getting a lot of supplies from the Gold Country. And with that show of strength, this is going to lead to Bhutan joining in on the 3-Point Alliance, a very strong country. Going to lead to Nepal and this pinkish Iran country joining in. These guys are stronger than this Green Country. They're not they're probably one of these guys is probably top 15, and it's probably Iran or Bhutan. The effect of this will be felt immediately as Bhutanese troops invade into this lighter green country and take over the capital and most of the country before India is going to get the rest. This blue country right here collapses. It's going to get split down the middle, kind of like this, with Vietnam getting more land. The front line in South Korea is going to get pushed back, and North Korea's capital is going to get taken by South Korean troops. This red country is pretty dang weak, so before North Korea goes, because they know their regime is toppling, they're going to send out troops to go cause as much ruckus as possible. They take the capital of this country, and they just start running around, destroying a bunch of stuff until they reach the Chinese border and begin to invade into China. Quite a bit, but it's not really going to do much to, it's more just going to destroy a bunch of cities. Soon enough, South Korea catches up with North Korea. The red team is going to kick them out of their country, and South Korea is going to grant the rest of this to the red team. And this, well, China will take this back. Well, North Korea and this blue Chinese country are gone. It's not good for both sides. I mean, these were both the weakest people on both sides, so I guess it's fine. But China has also lost pretty much all control of India besides Bangladesh, but they will be gone soon. By soon, I mean now, because Bhutan is now invading into Bangladesh. Vietnam is going to push back the front line over here and begin their invasion of, well, Bangladesh. And they get pretty dang far, but the gray country has positioned most of their troops here because they want sea access, and they violently spearhead down to the ocean and connect up, and they finally, well, have ocean access for now at least. The Pentagon and the Three-Star Alliance both then agree on something. We have been kind of pushed around our entire existence. So what if we work together to stop the trapezoids? Because this war is almost over. It is now just China, South Korea, and this red team, and a little bit of Bangladesh, against pretty much all of Asia. So, these guys agree to split Bangladesh evenly. Well, I don't know about evenly, but split Bangladesh amongst themselves. It looks something like this, but China has now been pushing back the gray team's offensives almost, well, completely out of their country, if I can color it all in, and they begin a massive offensive into the country, almost taking the capital of the gray team, but they're going to hold out for now. Over here in South China, we also see a pushback from China, meeting up with the Vietnamese border, cutting off some troops over here, and also pushing back over here, getting more of their coastline back. But it is too late for China. If you remember this country, you're an OG, but we see some people from West China start declaring their independence and wanting just this union of China to stop. More areas start declaring their independence of this kind of union. China was kind of a union of multiple different little areas of Chinese people, and now these people kind of just want to do their own thing and start running their own country. With this, Vietnam is going to full on just push as far as they can up and through into China before the rebels take control of most of the country. China, the military is not fighting back anymore, and now these rebels can just fully expand if they want to, and it's not going good for China. South Korea and this red team are going to both leave the war. They don't want to be in this anymore. A northern part up here declares their independence as well from China. It's not going to be super big, but it's big for the area. The gray team is going to push back this front line over here, but before they can invade into, rebels break out, and they are actually fighting against the gray team, so the gray team isn't going to try anything. A massive purple rebellion takes place, and China has now officially collapsed, but right before everything goes down, the orange Taiwan takes control of all Taiwan. And now there's only one Taiwanese country on the map, and let's look at a peace treaty for this war. Starting over here in India, we see these two, the gold country and this lime country, have both been annexed by the countries around them, as well Bangladesh is also gone. And this gray team has expanded a lot. They now look like they're eating all these countries over here. They also now have ocean access, so better trade. Vietnam has expanded a lot. They got, I think, all of their old land back, if more. So that's always good for Vietnam. We have a kind of like Cyan Island country, Island country. Their capital will be on Taiwan. We have kind of what, like, the new China, and it's purple China. It's their capital is going to be right there. We also have Western China, what used to be Western China. We have a blue country and a pink country. And that is the aftermath of the Great Asian War. It's not as big as the European War because, well, these guys, I'd say, are less advanced than the Europeans. If you guys enjoy this, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.